Hello and welcome to another episode of Current Affairs MCQ. Let us begin with the previous day's question. Consider the following consumer price indices: 1. CPI for industrial workers, 2. CPI for agricultural laborers, 3. CPI for rural laborer, 4. CPI for urban non-manual employees. How many of the above is or are compiled by the Labour Bureau under the Ministry of Labour and Employment? A. Only 1, B. Only 2, C. Only 3, D. All 4. The correct answer is option C. The Consumer Price Index is a measure that tracks changes in the overall price level of a representative basket of goods and services consumed by households over time, with 2012 as the base year. While the Labour Bureau under the Ministry of Labour and Employment compiles three specific indices: the CPI for industrial workers, which monitors the consumption pattern of industrial workers; the CPI for agricultural laborers, which assists in determining minimum wages for agricultural workers; and the CPI for rural laborers, which tracks price changes for rural labor households. The National Statistical Office, under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, compiles the All India CPI and CPI for urban non-manual employees. Thus, out of the four indices mentioned, three are compiled by the Labour Bureau. Hence, option C is the correct answer.
Welcome, SSC aspirants. Drishti SSC is here to support you every step of the way. With free live classes, previous year questions, PYQs, demo classes, exam notifications, and strategy videos. Whether you're starting your journey or looking to refine your preparation, we've got you covered. Subscribe to our channel and stay updated with all the resources you need to crack your SSC exams. For more details, call us at 8750187501.
Moving on to the first question. The joint military exercises Konkan, Cobra Warrior, and Ajay Warrior are conducted between India and which of the following countries? A. United States, B. United Kingdom, C. France, D. Australia. The correct answer is option B. The joint military exercises Konkan, Cobra Warrior, and Ajay Warrior are conducted between India and the United Kingdom. Konkan is a naval exercise, Cobra Warrior is an air force exercise, and Ajay Warrior is a bilateral army exercise. These exercises are part of the broader defense cooperation and strategic partnership between India and the UK. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 2. Consider the following statements related to Atal Bhujal Yojana. 1. It is being funded by the Government of India and the World Bank on a 50-50 basis. 2. It promotes panchayat-led groundwater management and behavioral change with a primary focus on demand-side management. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C. Atal Bhujal Yojana is a central sector scheme for facilitating sustainable groundwater management with an outlay of Rs 6,000 crore. It is being implemented by the Ministry of Jal Shakti. The scheme is being funded by the Government of India and the World Bank on a 50-50 basis. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It aims to improve the management of groundwater resources in select water-stressed areas in identified states like Gujarat, Haryana, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, and Uttar Pradesh. It promotes panchayat-led groundwater management and behavioral change with a primary focus on demand-side management. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 3. The phrase dragon-elephant tango is often used to symbolize the idea of peaceful and cooperative relations between India and which of the following countries? A. Japan, B. Russia, C. China, D. Indonesia. The correct answer is option C. The phrase dragon-elephant tango is a metaphor used to represent the idea of peaceful coexistence and strategic cooperation between India, elephant, and China, dragon, two major Asian powers with ancient civilizations, growing economies, and a significant global influence. The term has been used in diplomatic and academic discussions to highlight the potential for mutual growth, regional stability, and collaboration despite underlying tensions, especially in trade and border issues. It underscores the belief that if both countries manage their differences wisely and focus on shared interests, they can shape a stable and multipolar Asia. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 4. Consider the following statements regarding mangroves. 1. They are commonly found in fast flowing freshwater rivers with well oxygenated soils and coarse sandy substrates. 2. Mangroves thrive only in tropical and subtropical latitudes near the equator as they cannot withstand freezing temperatures. 3. The Sundarbans is the largest contiguous mangrove forest in the world, while Bhitarkanika is the second largest in India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option B. Mangroves are coastal ecosystems composed of salt-tolerant trees and shrubs that thrive in intertidal zones of tropical and subtropical regions. They are uniquely adapted to survive in saline, low-oxygen environments with slow-moving waters where fine sediments tend to accumulate. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Some common mangrove trees include red mangrove, grey mangrove, and rhizophora. Mangrove thrive only in tropical and subtropical latitudes near the equator as they cannot withstand freezing temperatures. Hence, statement 2 is correct. As per the Indian State of Forest Report 2023, the Sundarbans is the largest contiguous mangrove forest in the world, while Bhitarkanika is the second largest in India. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 5. Consider the following statements related to tea production in India as of 2024-25. 1. India is the third largest producer of tea. 2. India consumes more than 80% of its total tea production domestically. 3. Majority of the tea exported out of India is black tea. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is option B. India is currently the second largest producer of tea globally after China and not the third. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. India consumes around 81% of its total tea production domestically. Hence, statement 2 is correct. This high internal consumption distinguishes India from other tea-producing nations like Kenya and Sri Lanka, which rely more heavily on exports. Furthermore, the majority of tea exported from India is black tea, for about 96% of total tea exports. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 6. A recent advancement in artificial intelligence involves a system where two neural networks compete with each other, one generating synthetic data such as realistic images or videos, and the other trying to distinguish the synthetic data from real data. Over time, both networks improve, resulting in highly convincing outputs that mimic real-world data. This technique is increasingly used in deepfakes, image generation, and AI art. Which of the following is best described by the description given above? A. Convolutional neural networks. B. Generative adversarial networks. C. Natural language processing. D. Reinforcement learning. The correct answer is option B. Generative adversarial networks consist of two neural networks, the generator and the discriminator, that compete against each other. The generator creates synthetic data such as images or videos, while the discriminator tries to distinguish between real and generated data. Through this adversarial training, both networks improve over time, resulting in highly realistic outputs. GANs are widely used in applications like deepfake creation, AI-generated artwork, and synthetic image enhancement. This competitive learning framework is what makes GANs unique in the field of artificial intelligence. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 7. Consider the following pairs. We have traditional handicraft and their native states. 1. Rogan painting, Gujarat. 2. Channapatna toys, Tamil Nadu. 3. Thanjavur dolls, Karnataka. Which of the pairs given above are correctly matched? A. 1 only. B. 1 and 2 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option A. Rogan painting is native to the Kutch region of Gujarat, India. It is a traditional textile art form that originated in Persia and has been practiced in the Kutch region for over 300 years. Hence, pair 1 is correctly matched. Channapatna toys are native to Karnataka, India. Specifically, they are produced in the town of Channapatna, located in the Ramnagara district. This town is renowned for its traditional wooden toys, which are known for their intricate designs, bright colors, and use of non-toxic materials. Hence, pair 2 is incorrectly matched. Thanjavur dolls, also known as Tanjore dolls, are native to the state of Tamil Nadu, specifically the city of Thanjavur. These traditional Indian bobblehead dolls are a form of artistic expression that combines elements of sculpture and painting. Hence, pair 3 is incorrectly matched. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 8. Deir al-Bala and Muvasi, recently seen in news, is associated with which of the following? A. Disputed border regions between Sudan and South Sudan. B. Areas affected by volcanic eruptions in the Philippines. C. Conflict-affected zones in the Gaza Strip. D. Refugee settlements along the Belarus-Poland border. The correct answer is option C. Deir al-Bala is a city located in the Gaza Strip, while Al-Muwasi is a coastal area in southern Gaza. Both regions have been prominently in news due to the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict that escalated in 2023-24. These areas reflect severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza, with repeated reports from UN agencies and international media highlighting overcrowding, lack of medical aid, and food insecurity. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 9. Consider the following statements regarding the Kargil War. 1. It began shortly after the Lahore Declaration. 2. Operation Vijay, Safed Sagar, Parakram and Talwar are associated with the Kargil War. 3. The war was fought in challenging terrain across key areas like Tololing, Tiger Hill, Dras and Batalik. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option C. India celebrates Kargil Vijay Divas every year on 26 July to honor the bravery of Indian soldiers who fought in the 1999 Kargil War. The Kargil War began shortly after the Lahore Declaration when Pakistani troops secretly occupied strategic heights in the Kargil district, Ladakh, vacated for winter. Hence, statement 1 is correct. In response, the Indian Army launched Operation Vijay to reclaim the heights in the Kargil region of Ladakh. The Indian Air Force carried out Operation Safed Sagar, targeting enemy positions on rugged peaks, while the Indian Navy launched Operation Talwar to exert pressure in the Arabian Sea. However, Operation Parakram was launched by the Indian military after the 2001 attack on the Indian Parliament. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The war was fought in challenging terrain across key areas like Tololing, Tiger Hill, Dras and Batalik. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 10. With reference to the National Security Council, consider the following statements. 1. It was established in the aftermath of the Sino-Indian War. 2. It operates under the Strategic Policy Group, National Security Advisory Board, and the National Security Council Secretariat. 3. The NSC is headed by the Prime Minister. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The correct answer is option B. The NSC was established in 1998 by the government of then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee following nuclear tests by India and Pakistan. It is the apex body for national security management in India. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It operates under a 3-tier structure, that is Strategic Policy Group, National Security Advisory Board and National Security Council Secretariat. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The NSC is headed by the Prime Minister of India. Hence, statement 3 is correct. The NSA acts as the secretary of the NSC and also as the primary advisor to the Prime Minister. The headquarters of the NSC is located in New Delhi. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Now let us look at a practice question. Which of the following is not correct regarding the features of the BrahMos missile? A. It is a two-stage supersonic cruise missile that uses solid fuel in the first stage and a liquid ramjet engine in the second. B. The missile follows a subsonic trajectory to maintain stealth and fuel efficiency. C. It is capable of being launched from land, air, sea, and submarine platforms. D. It operates on the fire and forget principle, requiring no manual intervention after launch. Please provide your answers in the comment section.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.